Yeah, that's a very, very good question. And so I would characterize my career as a search for success for the first half to a
Mhm.
transition of leading my life towards significance in the kingdom. And so
Mhm.
when I was able to make that transition into servant leadership in particular, everything changed. Everything changed. The way I looked at the world changed. The way I looked at the work of my hands changed. Just I view very much this last half of my career being a calling that God has been leading me on to build His kingdom. And so the things that have shaped me, one, suffering. I've gone through a lot of tough times from losing my father. He uncovered an embezzlement that almost crippled the company, which gave him a heart attack. And I had to spend a lot of time fighting that. I went through a divorce when I was younger uh, because I didn't really know what it meant to be a man of God and a good husband and a good father. And I had things out of balance. And so I would say some of those tough trials, which led me to my knees to look up and just cry out to God, helped me to understand how important it is to rely on God's all sufficiency. And when I began to finally say, you know what, here you go, God, I surrender. I surrender. I can't do this. In fact, I'm jumping off the treadmill because I'm going nowhere. And I want to be the daddy these little girls need. And so it was a sweet, sweet time when it was just me and the two girls for about 5 years, where I just put everything into what God was doing with me and them, ministry at home first, and then ministry opportunities that He was opening up the door to in other ways. And so I was a part of buying that Christian radio station that I talked to you about. After I got there, after 10 days, it was put up for sale. And so I said, God, what are you doing? I sold my business. You called me here, and now it's going away. And right in the middle of the recession, by the way, no easy time to raise funds. Okay. And so total God thing strengthened my resolve even more. Miracle in the 11th hour. We were bidding against K-Love, which is a huge,
Right.
amazing network of
Yeah.
radio stations, but we won a blind bid, and I was able to operate the radio station in my hometown for a number of years, and until God called me into the world of the rescue missions. And so I was part of the Gospel Association, or the Association of Gospel Rescue Missions, for a period of years as a senior level leader, and then also spent some time as an administrator in a Christian college. So this is part of my career path, or my calling, if you will. But in all of it, God's hand has been very steady, and I've always felt a sense of peace about decisions and directions that He's called me to, and it's all been about significance for His kingdom's sake. And I got to tell you, the best part of that story is after those 5 years of being a bachelor with my two little beautiful daughters, God brought into my world the woman of my dreams. Her name is Danielle. She's my wife, and together we have 5 kids. We've got 4 girls and a boy in the middle, and we've just been on this amazing journey together. And that's been the best part. So I learned very quickly in ministry to not sacrifice my family on the altar of ministry. And so that was a huge life lesson that helped shape me to where I'm at today. My wife, my faith in the Father first, my relationship with my wife, then my kids, and then everybody else. And so we keep things in perspective so that we don't get out of balance. But God has
Mm.
been very faithful in that journey.